stay up till 5 in the morning.
Pretty much. Okay. Okay.
You know?
Okay. Okay, bet. Do you have like a regular sleep schedule? Like, what's like? I mean, every day must be different for you.
You can't because you never know what's gonna pop
That's
up.
what I'm saying. Yeah, I got some questions for you, brother. Especially with I have a lot of questions on how, of course, with the new store coming out and how that's gonna be the process of that. We're gonna definitely get into that, brother. 'Cause I'm very curious, bro. Very very curious. I haven't got to sat down with Dub yet, but I got to chop it up with him a little bit about it. But probably, of course, on the next episode we gonna talk about it. But I'm just get the little intro started. Of course, welcome back to an episode of the Real Me Real podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, if you guys are new to this channel, I am your host, Real. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys exit out this video and hit the subscribe button right now. That being said, of course, today I got a special guest with me, my brother, Nephew Milo. And that also being said, that is not the only podcast that we have done. That we have done multiple podcasts across the channel, so I'm gonna make sure to pop those up throughout the whole video. We've done, I think, like three interviews, I believe, all different locations. We've done 3 episodes. We've done a vlog. We've done like a day in the life vlog. We've done that, and we've done a couple vlogs actually. I vlogged the Sway Day too. I vlogged that too as well. That's on the channel, brother. So that being said, make sure you guys are tuned in to all the content that me and Milo have been giving you. It has been about a year now since I've met you, Milo. So this is a really kind of like a cool full circle moment, because around this time I just met Milo and we were just getting to know each other, and now we're back doing another episode, and I'm glad to have you back, brother. And of course, always thank you for your support. And I'm trying to think a couple of other announcements before we get into this video. So yeah, make sure you guys go tune into the last episodes that me and Milo we got on the channel. Those are all dope interviews to the vlogs, everything. And let's see, yeah, subscribe. Make sure you guys are following me. Of course, I'm gonna pop my ad up on the screen. Make sure you guys are following me on social media. Make sure you guys are following the podcast. Those ads are always as well popped up on the screen. Make sure you guys are following my boy Milo, and of course, make sure you guys are following Asaali. Yeah, we're gonna pop all that stuff up, so make sure you guys are staying in tune and following us on all ads. But besides that, it's a new season, guys. It's season 4. This is the first interview of season 4. Perfect timing. Today is literally the first day, and we came down and we shot this. We're about to shoot this interview, and with my boy Milo. And but besides that, yeah, Milo. So what's been going on with you, brother? The last time I seen you, man, was I want to say like October of last year. The new store was just coming along. You opened it. Things were still, I think you didn't have those chairs in there when we went. I think the fountain was just getting put up. What's been going on since I've last seen you? Like, how you been, man?
I've been straight, bro.
Okay.
Working every day,
Yep. Sticking to that grind.
Yeah.
Okay. And how's that? Now that it's been a little longer that you've been on Melrose now, how's that transition been from moving from downtown to now Melrose? How's that been? You've been here for a little while. How's it been overall?
It's been great. The brand has grown a lot.
Nice.
Since last time we had an interview, the brand has grown a lot.
I feel like your brand is always growing, man. To be honest with you, there's always something. Like I always think sometimes I think I know something, and like today I'm like I don't know anything. You always got something going on, brother, for sure. And then next thing I look at your story, I see coming soon, and you're in New York. So I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? And that's the dopest thing too, is I'm going to find this clip. One of the interviews we did, I honestly don't remember which one, but you were talking about how you're about to open up a store in New York. So that's beautiful to see that thing coming to fruition.
Trying to make that even bigger, so that's why I definitely got to start working on this next store and start branching out towards the East Coast and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I definitely want to do Europe.
Wow.
And
Overseas.
Japan too.
Overseas with it.
Yeah, so that's like in the next few years, the near future type shit. Like that's my next goal. New York
and Asaali.
Maybe Miami.
Whoa.
London.
Whoa.
Tokyo. That's how I'm seeing it. So.
Wow.
This is really just a start. I wanted to get this store solidified as like,
mm-hmm.
the official flagship store and like make sure this
Like
store is
this is where they come
perfect.
through. Yeah, when you come to LA, this is yeah.
And so now that this is gonna be done, now I can just start working on other shit.
Move your direction to what's next
Yeah, we're just always trying to build. It's always about the growth.
as well. That's I love stuff like that when you can go back and really see the stuff that you were talking about. I mean, we were talking about you were saying you essentially you wanted to see Asaali in Europe and all over the world, but you specifically did say like, you know what, next year we're working on New York, and yeah, but it's been dope, man, for sure. So let's see. So besides that, I mean, besides the work stuff, is there anything other stuff that's been going on personally wise? What else you been up to? Just straight work grinding, pretty much, or what? I don't know. You feel like you're always on work mode, brother. Shit becomes a lifestyle at some point, huh? That's what I'm.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I've been building up my designs. And
Yeah.
we working every day. You know, a lot of the shit that I'm dropping like recently, like the collection I dropped a couple days ago.
Summer collection.
It's just like some light shit, t-shirts, sweatsuits, stuff that like we've been sitting on. Colorways that people been asking for, shit like that. But I'm really working on a lot of like new pieces, more advanced pieces, like cut and sew items, jackets and denim and accessories. And so pretty much like since maybe like November, December last year,
Yeah.
I had built my design team up, and we haven't really released anything that we've been working on in the past 6 months.
Been sitting on it.
We're sitting on it, making sure everything's perfect. So towards the end of this year is when we're gonna start releasing these more detailed collections.
Okay. And when it comes to like the collections and stuff like that, every year is it I mean, I think you've been doing it for a little while now. So at this point, do you kind of have a set schedule on when you plan to release things, or is it kind of different every year? How depending on how you're feeling, or like, do you have okay, this time we gotta drop summer, and then this time we gotta have this ready, or do you do it based off of when you think it's personally the time is right? Because I'm pretty sure that must be a hard decision too. Like, what goes behind that? Like, you working with a lot of designers, you got yourself designing. There's probably so much stuff that's dope, and then some stuff that you think is more dope. And like, how do you what's that process like when you figure it out and be like, okay, we're doing this, we're doing that, doing this? Like, how does that process look like behind the collection drops?
So I used to try to plan on the seasons.
Yeah.
More recently, I'm focused on pieces, and so of course these new collections that are coming out recently. Like I said, they're stuff we've been sitting on, and pieces that people been asking for, like basic stuff, basic Asaali stuff, t-shirts, sweatshirts.
Okay.
But the new stuff that's going to be coming out towards the end of the year, I've been focusing on pieces. So we'll be brainstorming, come up with a good idea. I'll sample it. And if I decide, like, this is a piece that I'm really confident about,
Yeah.
we'll start to build a little capsule around that piece.
Okay.
And if I think it will fit in a certain season, I'll try to aim for that season. But I'm also not worried about that. Like, I'll drop a puffer in the summer.
Really?
I'll drop shorts in the winter. I don't really care, because I don't want to be stressed out about seasons.
Like having those time frames and trying to make things.
I don't want to put my creativity in a box.
Okay. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Understandable.
So I'm just trying to focus on pieces and trying to put out the best work I can right now.
Okay. What would you say is one of the most You good? Yeah. Back to what I was saying. You said that the most requested piece would be the sweatsuits.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going with the sweatsuit. They be telling me different colorways and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They're going with the sweatsuit, man. I'm tired of the sweatsuits, but shit, niggas want them.
Do you ever feel like there'll be a point where, I mean, there's so many different, I don't know. Do you ever feel like there'll be where you're like, we're doing a pause on the sweatsuits right now?
Maybe. I don't really trip. Like,
I mean,
niggas,
if they're going, they're going.
if
You know
niggas
what I'm
want
saying?
them,
That's what I'm
niggas
saying. If they're
want
going,
them.
they're going. Yeah.
I ain't really tripping, man.
Um.
I
Yeah.
got some more sweatsuits, shit. But if it don't feel right, like, I just drop what I wanted, really. What makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. We talked about this before, but I think this is still important to talk about. Let's shed a little light about how you made that first transition into starting the clothing, and then from trapping to clothing.
Oh yeah, so how did I make the transition from
Yeah.
trapping to clothing? Yeah. So I had caught a case.
Mm.
It was at 2020. I caught a case. It was like 2 weeks before I dropped the collab with Desto. So
Crazy timing.
um, we had like 700 sweatsuits, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like doing the math. I'm like, shit, we could have made some money off this shit.
700 sweatsuits.
You know?
And how much they going for each?
I think we was doing it for like 300-400 or something.
And that was the first collab you and Desto did?
Yeah, so it's like, it's like a quarter mil.
Just like that.
So I was like, shit, I think we got some money right here. I was already thinking about transitioning to the clothes at that point. And then I caught a case, my house got raided, and I had no choice. I had to switch up everything I was doing.
And that being said, what advice would you give to people right now that are thinking about doing that clothing? We're gonna get a little more into that for sure, but just that being said, what would you say to people right now that are thinking about it,
Thinking about
or that are still trapping right now?
people that are trapping right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you push for would you say that you should make that transition as well? I know it's not easy, but what would be your comment on that for the next person that's thinking that, like, I'm thinking about doing that?
Man, for my niggas in the streets still
Yeah.
trapping, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Y'all heard it from himself.
When you trapping, you're not able to build a brand. You're not able to build a customer base. You're not able to just build in general because it's illegal. So, start a legit business, and it's gonna take you a lot farther. Another thing is, drugs are not that profitable. You can make a lot more money off a lot of other things. There's tons of things out there, man. And I'm not saying clothes is the way to do it either, because the clothes is a hard thing to do, and it's very subjective, opinion based. Like, people gotta fuck with your clothes. It's a little bit harder to do, but you could go make a fucking restaurant. Everyone needs to eat. You could go make some fucking
Food. Yeah.
You could go make some towels and sell those. Everyone needs towels for their bath. You could go make some soap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone needs soap. You could go, people don't think outside the box. There's enough room for everybody. Everyone want to do, I want to rap. I want to do clothes. I want to sell drugs. That's the easy route.
Yeah.
There's a million things in this world you can sell.
Yeah.
So you just got to pick one and do it. Hustle your ass off.
Mm-hmm. Liz, you can go ahead. Yeah, that got me thinking of, you heard of that, like, how 50 Cent, how he made like millions off that water, investing in vitamin water. Yeah. So, it's a lot. I know social media has a lot to partake with that type of stuff. That's kind of what everyone sees is the trapping and, the drugs and the hustling. And I just think every time I sit down with Milo, I try to highlight that type of stuff. And, this is someone living proof of, successful as it is in fashion. and going on to opening multiple stores and making over thousands of dollars and millions, really for real millions. But yeah, don't stuff isn't worth it. It's that stuff is fast money, and I get it, but like Milo just said, you can't build off of that type of stuff. So just think outside the box, be creative. There's a lot of stuff that people need, like Milo said, that people don't really exactly think about. Like the only thing that was on my mind was kind of like the water one, but 50 Cent invested in like vitamin water, and he made like millions off it. So yeah, but back to the you and Dub. I know you guys dropped a collab not too long ago. I want to say a couple months ago around Christmas. Am I right?
Yeah.
I think around Christmas. Okay.
January, February.
Nice. Can we expect more collabs from you and bro?
Yeah, for sure. There's gonna be more on the way.
Oh yeah.
Always more on the way. We're gonna keep that going.
Yeah. Shout out Desto. Come on now. That being said, we're talking about my boy Desto Dub. Shout out my brother. So make sure you guys go tune in. I got 2 interviews out with Desto Dub right now, both live on the channel. So we're gonna pop those up. Make sure you guys go tune into those, and more interviews coming for sure with my boy Dub. Be good. We're gonna have to cut this. This podcast is brought to you by our very proud sponsor, Loud Logs. If you guys are anything like me and you guys love to smoke, you guys are definitely going to have to come check this out. So first things first, if you're ever trying to buy a box of Loud Logs, the easiest way to do that is to visit their website at loudlogs.com, where you can pick from multiple flavors. Each box contains 42 leaves and are all premium hand cut and washed, which gives you the cleanest smoked. That being said, some of my personal favorites are some of these right here that I brought with me today. Cherry Ice Pop. I love cherry ice pop. Good clean smoke, good flavor. Pina colada, also still one of my favorites. I love pina colada. Go fuck with them. Also red velvet. This is a special collab that we did with Wally the Sensei. You guys are definitely have to go check that out. So they have all types of flavors that you guys can choose from. They are literally the best wraps on the planet. And I'm not just saying that because they sponsor us, but you guys are definitely going to check them out. And of course, you guys can always go find the website and the link in the description. That being said, let's get back into the episode. So that being said, what's moving on to collabs. So this is something I want to talk to you about. I heard your answer on this last time, but I seen a post, your Instagram post, that you quoted 50K collab and turned 2 down this week. So I personally have talked to you about this and what it takes or to have a collaboration with you. And like you said in the beginning of the episode, the brand is constantly growing. And like I said, the last time we had the conversation was last year, which is a long time ago now. So I wanted to get your comment on that again. So what is the deal with that? Like for people that really want to have a collab with you, and did the price go up? Last time you told me it was 25,000. And talk to me about it, brother.
So collab.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to collab with anyone, man. It's nothing. Ain't even about the money for real. You know.
So,
but if someone does want to collab, you coming to me for a collab, you gotta offer something, right? If you ain't got nothing to offer, well, I guess I'm gonna have to take some money. I guess I'll take 50K, but I don't really want to because I already got my own shit going on. You know, when I do a collection, it's like we spending 100K and up just on one collection.
Right.
So 50K was 50K.
That's really nothing.
It's really nothing to me.
It's not even that.
I'll do it for the homies though. Like I had just done one. This one right here. This was a collab that got paid for.
Fire. Nice.
You can see the brand is tagged right there.
Sheesh. And that was just off you just showing love. Okay.
So, yeah, that was.
And how
the
fast
collab.
did that go? When you guys dropped?
It took probably like 4 months. He paid half, and then he paid half when it was finished.
Yeah. Okay.
But he already sold everything and made all his money back
Just like that.
instantly. He's asking me for more.
He wants to do
So
another one already? And when did you guys drop that one?
a few weeks ago, probably.
And he's already talking about like, hey man, so what do you think we can run that back?
Yeah.
That fast.
Yeah, I mean, 50K is gonna come quick. Like, I think like
Does that work? How does that work? So if someone gets a collab with you, like, do you sell it in the store and online too as well?
50K is probably like what 100 orders, something like that, maybe 100 orders. I got 100,000 followers. You don't think we could get 100 orders? No.
Yeah, that's easy.
You know. So that's why niggas don't think. They don't think of the big picture. Niggas just, they don't understand that you gotta spend it to make it. You really gotta spend it to make it.
Yeah. But when someone gets a collab, you put it online like on the Asaali website and just like that, or do they as like on them to sell it? That's all I was wondering. I don't know if that makes sense.
It's pay to play at that point, So if it makes sense, I'll put it on my shit. If it don't make sense, it's whatever makes sense.
So it varies depending on what's going on.
It varies on the situation, what
Yeah,
you
that
got
makes
to
sense.
offer and shit.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I think Desto says the same thing. Like, it could vary to like if we're gonna do a pop up with this or if we're not, or you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so you're pretty much open up to collab with anybody. Like, is there anyone you haven't collabed with yet? Like I don't really do. I know. Do you do any collabs with like female artists or anything like that? Have you done anything like that? I see Desto do a lot of stuff with a lot of female entrepreneurs, and
I really haven't
have you done
done
anything
too
like
many
that?
artist collabs. The only artist collabs, Wade, of course. We have a few T-shirts, and then we're dropping like a cut and sew piece on his birthday.
Yeah.
With his family, and then DB Bought a Bag. We did a drop, and then EBK Jabo was the last artist collab I did.
Fire. Oh yeah, those were last year, right?
Oh no, it's actually Slowby.
Yeah,
Slowby. Yeah.
Slowby. Yeah. I was gonna say Slowby.
Yeah. So his family had reached out to me about his album releasing to do some merch around that.
Yeah, that came out fire. That was like the jerseys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, for sure. I fuck with that one. Yeah, shout out the Bay Area. Most definitely. I think I've asked you this before, but you still wouldn't think about maybe opening up a store over there in Northern Cal?
I'm down. If it makes sense.
Where would you, if you had to open it over there, what city would you put it in?
It's just like, it's slow. There's not a lot going on, man. Like,
It's just everything's too spread out over there.
It's
way too spread out over there.
And just, it's just, the culture's not there really anymore. We got New York, LA, a lot of niggas in Miami, in Atlanta, Chicago.
Shout out Doug for a new store that just opened up in Houston as well, by the way. Cough syrup in Houston. Were you down there for the opening? For that? Okay. Yeah, I seen
Houston all weekend.
Yeah, I seen the flicks. It was good.
We had fun out there.
Yeah, I saw Desto on the quad and all that. I was like, bro, how did you even get that out there, brother? Like, where did you even get that out there, brother? For real. He was like Papa Willie was doing all types of stuff like they is outside for real. But yeah, congratulations on that, Desto, for sure. We gonna talk about it soon for sure. Yeah, I guess I agree with you. I don't know, cause I just mean, you from Northern Cal, so I know you got ties down there and stuff, but you gotta look at it like from a business perspective and what's gonna really do and sell and then I get it. But I feel like
the stores are just for networking.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Just to have a presence. I don't do any social media advertisements and shit like that.
Right.
I've never done ads.
Is that for a specific? Yeah, because you don't do the ads like how Desto be doing with the. All right.
Yeah, I've never done ads, so.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to have a presence in different cities,
Yeah.
really push this shit in the streets.
Well, damn near people do ads for you. Everyone got your merch on. Damn near anything they're doing, they got it on as like an ad.
Exactly. So
Pretty
we
much.
do the influencer marketing.
Yeah, it's pretty much anything going on. Even this is, you know, in a sense like an ad. You know, whenever someone's making content or in a camera and you got Asaali on, you're pretty much advertising.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Exactly. This shit going, man.
does it by itself for real.
Keep that shit in niggas' mouth.
Okay, so now that we're already talking about it with the new store in New York, brother, I got some questions about that, man. How has that transition been? What's that process been like, bro? Of course, I follow you on the gram. I've been seeing you going out there and coming back here. Like, how are you? Got so many questions, brother. Like, how are you managing that? You know what I mean? Like, do you have to live out there now, or how are we not going to see you as much in LA now that you got a store kind of like all the way out there in New York?
Now I'm finna be out here. Actually, I was thinking about moving out there,
Yeah.
but I decided to stay. I got too much work out here. You know, I got my warehouse downtown, my office here, and all my employees here.
All right.
So my whole design team's here. So it just didn't make sense for me to go out there right now. But I love New York. I wish I could be out there.
Yeah. What's the vibe out there? Cold, huh?
It's fun out there. It's way better than LA.
Really? Better than LA?
Hell yeah.
I've never heard anybody say New York. I mean, but okay, how and what tense though? Like, I mean, like business wise, are we talking about like the vibe? Like, why?
Everything.
What?
The things to do, the concerts, the restaurants.
What's the stories like out there?
There's people all on the streets. The women are nice. Everyone's nice out there. Like, it's just a great place to be. You know, like, a great place to network. You don't know who you're gonna run into. Like, you run into famous fashion designers just walking on the street. Everyone's outside. Everyone's dressed up. So many different
That's your
styles
scene.
of fashion.
That's your scene for sure.
It's just like LA. Everyone's in cars. You never see no one. You don't see no one on the street. Especially like most of LA, when you drive through, you might see a few people in Melrose.
That's pretty much
But
it.
in New York, it's people on the streets everywhere.
Yeah.
And all night long, you can go get food anywhere, and there's something to do any time of the day, any time of the night. It's just it's more like a young, upbeat vibe out there.
Is it kind of like, I don't know, that had me thinking about like, oh, you know, it'd be a cool spot to have a Asaali at? Vegas? Did you ever do that?
A lot of people tell me that too.
I feel like Vegas would be, because that just kind of reminded me of like Vegas. You know how Vegas is? It's like don't sleep. It's just, 24 hours. I went to
Right.
I went to Vegas a couple months ago. My friend, it was his 21st, so we went out there. We stayed at the Sahara. And personally, I just haven't been to Vegas in a minute. The last time I went to Vegas was probably when I was really young. So this is my first time going as an adult. And it just kind of tripped me out the way how like everything is just doesn't matter. It's 3 a.m. The whole lobby's packed. People are coming and leaving, and it's like, what club do we go to? It's literally it's crazy. I was on a good one that weekend for sure. You know how it is out there in Vegas, brother. It was good though. You ever been to Dre's?
No, I've never been there. I don't
Oh,
really
man.
go to the club.
Dre's is lit for sure. Dre's is lit. I went to Dre's for my first time. If you guys don't know, Dre's is this beach club after party. It's nightclub. It's pretty much everything, and it's damn near the only place in Vegas that doesn't play like that techno music. Do you like that type of? This is random, but do you go for that type of music, like that
Techno?
like that rave music type?
Not really. I ain't really fucking with it.
Yeah, but I went to Tao's, I went to Hakkasan's, I went to all these other clubs, and they were all playing that techno
For
music,
real?
man. Yeah, and the only spot that did not play it was Dre's, and that's why I think I liked it so much. It was fun. No, for sure, it was fun. But okay, so back to New York, trying a little sidetrack. So overall, you decided you're not gonna be moving over there. You're still gonna be over here. How are you feeling right now? With this is gonna be a first time experience, because it's gonna be your first store out of state. Are you are you nervous, or is there anything you're kind of worried about or on your mind? This being the first time you're having a store that's out of state and pretty far, bro. know what I mean?
Shit, am I nervous about anything?
Yeah.
A little bit, like a little, but
Yeah.
I ain't I ain't bit off more than I could chew. Like I'm keeping it real minimal. Seeing how it goes, you know. I signed a 2-year lease. It was a 5-year lease with an option to cancel at 2 years. So hopefully in 2 years we're ready to move into a bigger spot for real.
Nice.
We'll see how it goes. 2 years. Test out the waters. See what the market's like in New York.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be cool.
And you're pretty satisfied overall with the location that you picked, exactly where the store's gonna be at?
Yeah, we in a prime ass location, man. It's like probably the best area in the entire city, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, it's in Soho, right next to Supreme.
Oh, nice. A lot of foot traffic going on over there already.
A lot of foot traffic.
Easy.
A lot of nice restaurants, bars, clubs. It's just a vibe over there. And it's not in that part of Soho where it's just all stores, because that shit's just dead. As soon as it's like 7, 8 o'clock, the whole streets are dead. It's like a little bit tucked off to the side, right by Supreme, and it's a lot of restaurants, bars, and it's a lot more active over there. So it's like
perfect area
for events and whatever you want to do, man. You just want to go vibe out, like go to the Asaali store. I promise you,
always a vibe at the Asaali store. Stop playing. Every time I've been at the Asaali store, all hours of the day, always a vibe. For sure. It's for sure a vibe every time. Milo is definitely very genuine dude, man. Appreciate you, brother. One more time. No kizzy. Man, I'm excited for you, bro. You know what? Like, I think it's gonna be nothing but success, brother. That New York store, I think it's gonna be lit. We might have to arrange a flight out there, get an interview popping. Milo, we might have to do that.
Let's do that for sure. That'd be crazy.
I feel like that would be really cool. Going to New York. I've never been to New York, Aaliyah. You never been to New York. So that'd be pretty dope. You know, you got the grand opening. We'll do an interview, vlog it.
That would go crazy.
These are season 4 activity, guys. These are season 4 activities. I'm telling you, that would be dope. For sure. Is there have you came out with when exactly that's release date for that, or is it too soon? Do you know yet? Or can you comment on it?
So we actually doing the soft opening tomorrow on Monday.
Wait, what?
Like a soft opening tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay, so by the time y'all see this, it's already. Yeah, no, it's this. This interview. Yeah, this interview is gonna be way out after that. Okay, so already basically. All right, we got Liz popping in. Shout out Liz.
Yeah, we open. So you in New York, you in Soho.
Pull up, man.
Pull up,
if
man.
you in New York, pull up to the Asaali stores. It's
Pull the
open.
fuck up, man. 165 Elizabeth Street.
Yes, sir.
Right in the heart of Soho. Right next to Lower East Side. Right by Supreme. Undefeated. Everything right there, man. So pull up 165 Elizabeth Street. Don't forget it.
Yes, sir. Yes, motherfucking sir. Okay, one more question before we wrap this up. Let's see. Just real quick, Milo. What advice, real quick, would you give to somebody? Because a lot of people want to make it, and they want to make millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars off clothing. What advice would you give to someone that's trying to get into it? And see, my thing is, I think personally, you either got to have a really, design or like a powerful kind of like meaning behind it, or both. I think that's what helps. I think that's, in my opinion, like I make clothes, I make merch, so it's just like, it's not super fancy material, nothing like that, but has a meaning behind it, so people buy it. So, you know what I mean? They support it. That's my personal opinion on someone that's trying to get into clothing. I think those are two important things when you're trying to get into it. But of course, you being the professional, what would you say, or what advice would you give to someone that's trying to pursue in that lane? Because you know how everybody wants to be like you, bro. But it you know what I mean? So what could you really advise to give someone to stand out, to be original? What would you say overall, man? Because it's not easy, man. It's not, you know what I mean? Everybody wants to have their own store and make hundreds of $1,000s. Like, bro, everybody wants that, bro. And everyone thinks like it's, but it's hard, and it's not easy. So I try to pick your brain on that every time I see you, bro, because people.
I mean, like I had said earlier,
Yeah.
I say clothes is not really the route if you're trying to just make money and shit.
Yeah.
It's got to be something that you're passionate about. Whatever you do in life, you got to be passionate about, and you got want to love it, and it's got to be something that you wake up every day and you just want to do. It's not about the money. The money comes from you just working hard and believing in what you love to do. The money's gonna come with it. So it could be anything. It doesn't have to be clothes. But if you really feel passionately about clothes, do clothes.
Yeah.
There ain't no real secret, man. And it's about hard work. You're going to learn from your mistakes. That's the most important thing. When I first started the clothes, it wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
But I
make
learned
adjustments.
when I put out not something that wasn't perfect, I learned from that mistake. And I built on it. The next time I came better. Every time I come better. You can apply that to anything in life. Don't gotta be clothes. It could be anything. You make a restaurant. All right, people don't like the fucking tacos you made. Well, ask them what was wrong. Maybe throw some fucking salsa on that bitch. Next time.
Make adjustments.
And now, next time, everyone's gonna be like, all right, I like these. I like that salsa. All right, now we got something. Now what else can we do? All right, let's make some fire ass horchata. And now people are like, damn, I love the salsa. I love the horchata. All right, what else can we do? Yeah. Let's make a fancy sign to put on the front of the fucking restaurant.
Yeah.
All right, so it's just building on shit, learning from your mistakes. So if you want to do clothes, man, do them. You're probably going to make some bogus ass shirt with a logo on the front. And you're going to figure out, oh, no one wants that shit. So then next time you do some clothes, maybe you got to make a better shirt with like a picture and a bogus ass logo on the front. Right. And maybe a couple more people gonna buy it, and then you're gonna realize, all right, what else can I do? Maybe you gotta make a hoodie instead, or add some more colors, or whatever you gotta do, man. You just gotta build on that shit. But clothes is hard, man. You gotta have an artistic vision and shit. It gets a little difficult. I'd say I wouldn't suggest it for many people.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely agree with you, Milo. Off camera, I was telling you little frustrations that I'm having right now, trying to get things done. And I could comment that on as well. Like, I'm pursuing my passion and what makes me happy, and this podcast is something I truly enjoy. And it's took me to places that I never really thought that it would. And I'm very, proud of the progress that we have made. And, that being said, just to reiterate, this is season 4. We're going on to our 3rd year of the podcast, our 4th season. And if you look back, we started this inside the living room of my house, and now we're doing multiple interviews with my boy Milo on Melrose in Hollywood. And this is something that not everyone has done, especially in the time period that we have and just in general. But I definitely relate to what Milo said. I think I'm pretty much my comment and my 2 cents on it. Consistency, I learned as well by just doing a lot of interviews and messing up and certain things on my camera or whatever it was and making adjustments. And so that's I just wanted to comment on that as well. But besides that, I want to say this is a good episode. Make sure you guys tune into the last 3 interviews that we have on the channel, including the vlogs and stuff like that. We're going to pop that all up. So make sure you guys tune in there. Make sure you guys are following us at The Real Meal Real. Make sure you guys are following, of course, Asaali, my boy Milo. And, of course, let me know who you guys want to see next on the podcast. That being said, I got a couple of the shirts right here. These are the newest drop. So make sure you guys go check this out. These just dropped. How many days ago, brother?
2-3 days ago.
2-3 days ago. This is one of them right here. This is like kind of like the top of to the shorts he's actually wearing right now. Right, brother? Yeah. This is the top right here. So make sure you guys go fuck with them. This is the summer collection that just dropped. Make sure you guys go cop it right now. I'm going to pop all that stuff up. And if not, you guys can go check it out in the description. This is another one right here. This one's pretty dope. They got the, it's like LSD right here, brother. Right? On the back? Yeah.
Acid.
Yeah, acid right here. Got the acid
Smoking
on the back.
acid.
Yeah. Have you done that personally before?
I smoke acid every day.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Just you gotta when it comes to that type of stuff, just be careful. Of course. Yeah. Careful that type of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. But of course, let's just the shirt on the front right here. Got the Asaali, pretty dope. I'm fucking with it. Can you say what exactly went into behind this design? What motivated it? How did this one come about?
Smoking acid.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Okay. What about this one right here? We was talking about it earlier.
That's another.
With the John Lennon.
Smoking acid.
Pretty much when you was on that. Okay. All right. Good creativity.
You mix coke and acid.
All right. We're gonna wrap it up right here. So make sure you guys go tune into all the episodes that we got. This is my brother Milo. And then until next time, we'll see you on the next episode. For real. Damn, brother, you was gonna get me canceled, man.